Good morning, my dear students. Let's start our computer science class. Already we completed the first chapter. Today, let's discuss some examples in your textbook. So, first we are going to discuss the bare bones of a Python program. In this, there are some parts which are defined in your textbook. There first is comments. Comments for user understandability, you all know. Comments are denoted by hash symbol. These all are known as statements. Statements means it contains some expressions or variable combination. Operator relationships also there. And this is a if loop, this is an else loop. So we can go to the next example in which 10 and hello world is printed to denote dynamic typing. Dynamic typing means in Python program we can give different values to the same variable. For example, here we x equal to 10 and print x will give output as 10. Here again in this program itself we assigned x as hello world. Then print x will give the output as hello world. So this is the diagram in which first x is assigned to 10, then it is assigned to hello world. So there are some other programs also there in your textbook. Let's discuss some examples from your textbook. So next program is write a program to input a number and print its cube. Cube means suppose if we are inputting 8, then 8 into 8 into 8 will be the answer. If you are inputting 2, 2 into 2 into 2 will be the answer. So in Python programming, we can enter input by using the input function. So here we use input, enter a number. It is converted into float because we have to find cube of any integer. Suppose it is 3.5 or 3. We converted it into float because input in the form of string. So we have to convert it into float, which is known as, explicit type conversion or typecasting. To find the cube, we are declaring another variable equal to this number that we are inputting. That means num, num star, num star, num. Then the result is the cube. So this is a simple program to find the cube. Next program is find the square root. You all know to find the square root, we will do num. If suppose 5 is the number, to find the square root of 5, what will we do? 5 raised to 0.5. In maths, we will denote it as root 5, but in computer science, we will do as 5 raised to 0.5. Instead of raised to, here we have exponent operator, which is double star. So here we are inputting a number which is converted into float, because when we are inputting a number without using this statement, then number in the form of string, which is not possible. Manipulation of string data is difficult in arithmetic operations, so we converted it into float. So num contains the number which we have to find the square root. To find the square root, we declared another variable, then this num star star 0.5. This star star is known as exponent operator, which have higher priority compared to other operators, and this is equivalent to num raised to 0.5. Then we printed the square root. So to give input and output, we are using input, and to give output, we are using print. When we are inputting an integer variable, we have to convert this integer variable into, we have to convert this input variable into integer. Then let's look some example which denotes operator precedence. So suppose we already studied in operator precedence, some operator have higher precedence. So suppose this C question, A equal to B equal to 3, comma 6.0, C equal to B percentage A. What will be the output? So let's look an example. In expression C, first we have to find 6.0 percentage 3 because 6.0, B's value is 6.0, A's value is 3 and which is assigned to C. So this is for operator precedence. Then we can go to next heading. It is compound statement. In that we studied if else, if elif and nested if statements. And there are storing conditions too. In looping statements we studied for loop. How can we work a for loop? You all know. For element in, like, we can use either a list or we can use the range function also. So by using this we can find, for example, here a question: write a program to print cubes of numbers in the range of 15 to 20. For loop is used for repetition from 15 to 20. That means we have to find cube of 15, cube of 16, cube of 17 and so on. So 15 to 20 means in our for loop there is a function known as range function is there. But we have to calculate cube of 15 to 20. Up to 20 we have to calculate. So the range is up to 21. So here for I in range 15 to 21 means 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20 will be the values for I. First the value of I will become 15. Then what happened? Cube equal to I star 3. I star 3 means I raised to 3. Then 15 raised to 3. 3375 will be the answer. Again it will goes to this loop and the value of I becomes 16. Then 16 cube, again this goes to this loop and the value of I becomes 17 and so on up to 20. This continues. Then to print square root of every alternate number. Alternate number means if suppose first number is 1, then we have to take 3, then 5 and so on. So we have to specify the step size. Alternate number means step size will be 2. So from 1 to 10. So range start from 1, 10, 2. 2 is the step size. So first value of I becomes 1, then 3, then 5, 7, 9. So to find the square root, we will find star 0.5. And there is another loop known as while loop, which is also used for the same purpose of for loop. That means for iteration or repetition. So in while loop, we have to specify the conditions as well as we have to give increment or decrement operator. Otherwise, infinite loop takes place. Infinite loop means our loop will not stop. So here we are write a program that multiples two integer numbers without using the star operator, using repeated addition. You know multiplication means it is repeated addition. For every repeated operation we are using while or for loop. So first we are inputting two numbers. They are n1 and n2. So we have to find multiplication. So product equal to 0 is assigned, count equal to n1. This is the difference between for loop. In for loop automatically we can specify in range function the starting index and ending index. But in while loop we have to specify the starting index, like assignment statement count equal to n1, while count greater than 0, count equal to count minus 1, product equal to product plus n2. Look inside while loop. These two statements are inside while loop because here we uses some spaces, which means indentation. So to find the product will be find at last in loop we will get the product. So outside the loop we will print the statement. And then we deal with break and continue. Break statement means at the time itself loop is terminated. A continue statement means loop terminated for the corresponding iteration only. Remaining iteration will take place. So here is an example. Here two numbers are inputted from 1 to 11. 1 to 11 means numbers are generated from 1 to 10. Division by 0 error. If b equal to 0 means if suppose we are giving the value of b equal to 0, then break. Break means from this loop, from this for loop, the program is exited and program over is printed. These parts will not work. After this break, again repetition will not take place. So in continuous statement, what happens? If something happens, then that iteration will close and again it goes to the previous session. So that's all about the example in this chapter. Let's discuss another examples. Okay. Here there is an exercise. Why is following code giving errors? So why? You can guess the reason. Here name equal to Rahman and print greetings. Greetings will be printed. But after that some space is there. In Python, if we are using function or loops or conditional statements, then only we will give some indentation. Here here no need of indentation. So after this greetings, here some spacing is there, so this gives an error. So this is the correct output. Let's look the 16 question. That means this program is for repeatedly asking input. Repeatedly means either we have to use while loop or for loop. And when we use the string done as input, then we can stop. That means we have to check if whether we are inputting done. If done is inputted, the program will be exited. So that's the program. So here input is entered. Either we can enter a number or done. If we are entering done, the program will stop. So while s not equal to done, because when s equal to done, we have to exit. S not equal to done, num is readed int of s, because this s in the form of string. We have to convert this s into number. Then total equal to total plus num. What happens? Initially value of total equal to 0. Then if we are giving number as 2, then total equal to total plus num means 0 plus 2. So 2 will be the value of total. In next iteration, the value of total becomes 2, because now we had given input as 2. Then again we are writing input, enter a number or done. That means again we have to input. Here we wrote this statement to check the initial condition only. Up to when we are typing done, up to that moment we have to take the input and find the sum. So again we are using input statement here, because we have to repeat this loop up to s equal to done. So again here we are inputting a value. Suppose if it is 3, then it is converted into, again it goes to the loop 3 not equal to done. So condition is true, then it will goes to here number equal to int of s means num equal to 3, total equal to total plus num means the value of total is 2, because in the previous case we assigned 2, so 2 plus 3, 5 will be the answer of total. Again we are inputting. If we are inputting 5, then 5 plus 5, like that. When we are inputting done, the program will stop. That is the program. Program is square multiplication table. Square multiplication table means here there is a figure. So to develop a square multiplication table, there are rows and columns. So when we are using rows and columns, that means 2 rows and columns are there. So we have to use 2 for loops. If it is, this is in the form of 2-dimensional matrix, so we have to use 2 for loop. If it is 3-dimensional, we have to use 3 for loop, and so on. So from 1 to 10, 1 to 9 is the limit. So 1 to 10 they wrote. So 1 to up to 9. For column also in the range of 1 to 10. Row also in the, here 9 is there. Here also 9 is there. So range from 1 to 10. Then product equal to row star column means 1 into 1, 2 into 1, like that. First the value of I becomes 1, then 1 into 1. Then this inner loop will work first. This is nested loop. So 2 into 1, 3 into 1, and so on. And here some statements are used, which is used for spacing. For single digit space are needed, and else case this will work. So this is the program for multiplication table. Let's wind up the class for now. Thank you. Have a nice day.